Alright, so same thing. We'll go ahead and. So what's nice about Linux, I'm sure you know, the command line, you can just hit up on the arrow key and it brings you back to your previous
Yeah,
commands.
nice.
So here's the previous command. So same thing, we do sudo ord. I pass in the argument for the specific escrow wallet that I have, wallet, inscribe, and then pass in the argument for the destination, which is the same address previously. We'll set the fee rate to, yeah, we'll keep it at 25.
Mm-hmm.
And now we'll find the first bunny here. And actually, I'm going to add dry run to this just to make
Sure.
sure nothing crazy happens. And it's got to reindex some of the blocks that came in since the last time I ran this. And okay, wow, pretty cheap. So $2.46.
Whoa.
That's kind of wild.
Cool.
Let's go ahead and
I think we were budgeting about $8 or something for each one.
Let's see here. You have to also remember that that's just the fee to inscribe. It also, you have the 10,000 satoshis for the actual inscription and postage.
Yeah.
So that's the intrinsic. So people say that Bitcoin ordinals can never truly go to zero because there's always inscription plus postage attached to each one.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny thing, but this should be good here. So let's send her off, and this will be the first Bitcoin Bad Bunny in the mempool here.
Woo!
And I'll actually go to the mempool and I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah,
sitting
cool.
in there waiting. So let's see. Let me just make sure everything's good here. Let's double check. Boom. Okay.
Boom is right.
Here we go. Let's pop this in.
There it is. And on Sparrow, I've got new mempool transaction.
Yeah.
10,000 sats.
Huh?
Yeah.
So it Sparrow, you're probably connecting to like a, because you could actually, that's the beauty of Sparrow. It's so powerful that you actually could connect it to your locally running Bitcoin core node, but it also allows you to connect to like a server. So you're probably connected to like Electrum Electrum's.
Yeah, I think
Bitcoin
that's
node.
what it said.
But that's the beauty of it is that Bitcoin node, it has a mempool just like all the other nodes, and it noticed in that mempool a transaction that had your Bitcoin address, and it went ahead and made a little notification for you. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
But let's see if we can. It's probably so small. Yeah.
This is hilarious.
No, it's 9,000 sats. I mean, we could literally find it here. I remember when I was doing Bitcoin apes, I'd be able to like, oh, this must be me, and then sure enough,
right.
the transaction number would match up. But
no way.
You could just tell.
Yeah,
because
those
the other.
They were definitely
the other fee
larger.
rates being it's definitely in here somewhere. Because we set ours at 25.
Yeah.
It's definitely in here somewhere.
Man, it's so interesting.
I usually can spot them out. T4B.
The suspense.
Oh.
Come on.
Actually, would have to be up here towards the beginning because we're 25.
Yeah, right.
It looks like it's. Yeah, so everything. These are all like super high fees.
Yeah, right.
On the left side, so probably. Well, it's definitely going to be the next one. Yeah, these are so small that like you can almost mistake them for simple Bitcoin transactions.
Yeah, right.
Pretty neat. So another cool thing that this binary has is the ability to track pending transactions too. So there's this transactions feature, and so like these are all the transactions that I've done on this wallet. You know, you can see that we're already, some of these are already buried like 116 blocks ago. You know, that's what they call, you know, confirmations. The same as Ethereum. A confirmation is the number of blocks that have passed since it's been included on the blockchain.
Yeah,
So
right.
if you notice down here towards the bottom, we have those transactions that have 0 confirmations because they're still not mined. But for whatever reason, it's showing 3. But if you notice, the transaction hashes are the same, so it's really just 2. There's a commit and a reveal transaction for each inscription. So that's what must be some sort of bug in the board software. But so yeah, we're almost there. Wow, look at that spike in 60 sats. No, we're still good. But yeah, so we'll just verify that when it comes through, and then I'll start doing like 30 at a time.
Yeah, yeah,
awesome. That script.
Yeah, so we can probably pause and
wait on that. Yep.
And
let's go ahead and stop streaming for now.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so let's just say that we wanted to send this particular inscription here. So first thing that we need to do is we unfreeze it, and then we go to view transaction. We copy the transaction ID, because the big thing that we want to do, well, the big thing that we're going to have to do is just verify it's the right inscription. You know, Sparrow doesn't have built-in, you know, viewing of the inscription, so we have to kind of take that TX ID, that transaction hash, pop it in Ordinals, and then we click the output here, and that's where this inscription lives. Okay, so we click this inscription. So this was the thing I was talking about earlier. So now we're on the inscription path. So we have all the inscription data. So the first thing that we want to do is make sure that this right here, we have to make sure if you're gonna use Sparrow to send your inscriptions, you have to make sure that this is always :0, and it will be. If you notice, like it will be because I'm sending them to you. But if you were to receive inscriptions from somebody else, I'm saying, what this is basically saying is that this inscription lives on the first Satoshi in this output, Satoshi 0 in this output. This is the only situation in which Sparrow supports sending your inscriptions. Anything else, you can't use Sparrow. It requires your Word software. So you just want to double check this. Quick way to double check this without actually loading up, let's just say in case you really knew the inscription, you didn't need to look this up, is it shows right here in, see this :0 all the way down. All of my inscriptions are good there. So that's the kind of and this is in the handbook too. Says it here in the handbook, so you're good there. Okay, so now we got that figured out. So now we want to send it. So we get our Bitcoin address we want to send to, which I believe you put here. So we get that copied. Now we go send like this. We pop the address that we want to send to here. You can label it sending this inscription, whatever note you want to make. We click max on UTXO, one UTXO selected, and we can set our fee rate here. Pretty low right now. Bump this up. Now you see when I'm increasing the fee rate, it's taken away from that postage even more, right? We started at 9,700, but as I increase this, so you'll receive it as, you know, this much left in postage. And if it keeps getting sent around and to one person, another person, it's going to keep taking from this postage to a point where you're going to have to refill the postage. You'll have to use like Ord software to do that, because it's quite complicated to do
Yeah,
that in
wow.
Sparrow. Don't worry about that. You won't get to that point. But here it is. So just double check that there's only one input, there's only one output,
Mm-hmm.
and then a fee, a high fee.
Yeah.
And that's it. And once you have that, and again, this is all here. So you select this.
Yeah,
Make sure you
cool.
got one input, one output, TX fee. You go create transaction. I'm gonna set this to like 12, just to make sure it gets over to you. Create transaction. Don't think you have to do anything else. Nope. And you just sign. So finalize transaction and then sign. And we signed it, and now we broadcast it out to the mempools of the world. Boom. So curious,
Cool.
did you see something pop up in your Sparrow?
Not yet, but let's. There we go. New mempool transaction, 8,141 sats, and then unconfirmed, spendable. It says under the date, output, and then the address.
Yep. So if you want to get more information on how long it might take to receive that, it all starts with that TX ID. It also, just like on Ethereum, you have that transaction hash that you could pop in an Etherscan. Same thing works on Bitcoin. You just get that transaction ID, and you pop that right into mempool. And up here in the top right of mempool.
Yep.
And now, boom, you have like, pretty good estimate of when you'll get it.
Yeah.
So it says here
under a minute.
1 minute. Yeah, it's really. I haven't seen it this quiet on Bitcoin in a while.
God, aren't we lucky then?
Yeah, we could probably. I mean, at this point, it's penny pinching because it's only like $2.
It's just.
It's good though.
Yeah,
it would have been nice to have Bitcoin apes at 6.
I know,
my
sats. God, man, there was.
It would cost probably like $60 for Bitcoin ape right now
instead of like 300 or whatever it was.
180 to 250. I was paying for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so that's essentially it. So if I go back to my Sparrow, and I look at the UTXO, it's now gone.
Okay, so then...
See, these are all frozen, so it just kind of took it away.
Yeah.
If I go to transactions, I scroll all the way down. Yeah, here's the unconfirmed transaction here.
So it should within a minute or so.
Yeah, I do. It's too bad it's going to show like a red. Oh, this is interesting. Group UTX has been address when sending to improve privacy. I don't think you need to do that, but we'll see. Did you happen to do some of that Bitcoin reading to figure out how all this stuff works with the UTXOs and all that?
Not yet.
Yeah, there's a really really well written book that I read like many years ago. I highly recommend. Like it's actually like fun to read. That's how well it's written. But
what's it? Oh yeah, what's it called?
Yeah, have you ever heard of this book? It's actually free
Hang on.
online. Here, I'll
Mastering Bitcoin.
Bitcoin book.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it just goes into the difference between, well, not really the differences, but it is different than Ethereum, where Ethereum's like an account-based model, and this is all about inputs and outputs, from the beginning of time. And so your UTXOs are all of your unspent outputs, and so your wallet and how much Bitcoin you actually have is really just a summation of all of these unspent outputs that you have all added up, and that's how much Bitcoin that you actually have in control. And so
So
when you go to
funny.
spend it, you output and you make a transaction that sends that output or spends that output somewhere else, and you just move the output. So that's really, you use the output as an input to a transaction, which then creates a new output. So it's like this big long tree. That's why the mempool kind of looks like this, right? Like
Yeah,
there's this
right.
big this input going to this output, and all the way to the end of time. So it's like this big branching tree.
It's so
Looks like
interesting. Like I got the notification then,
cool.
first transaction confirmation. But it like what's interesting about this, apart from the fact that like we've kind of said, it's like like kind of like frontier Wild West. There's like all this stuff happening, and it's all half a hack, and at least like it appears like that to me, and whatever. But just that feeling we've been talking about, that when like we all kind of first got into this stuff, and this sense of uh, kind of indefinable sense of something happening,
Mm-hmm.
is kind of evident in these discussions. Like for me, like when you explain all this stuff, I just kind of, I can just see um, it's kind of everything ETH isn't, or wherever ETH and that kind of approach, whatever's lacking there
Mm-hmm.
seems to be happening here. Like I just find that so interesting.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree with that. It's like it's just Bitcoin is so simple, um, and like unopinionated, and a lot of people will say, like it's an inferior chain because it doesn't have smart contracts, but it's like they don't realize that what it does on its base layer is so simple
It's
and
just
so secure, that and because of that it becomes so flexible, and so things can be built on top of it way easier than Ethereum, and in such a way where it's just like, you get these things like the Lightning Network, which allows you to do transactions that are Bitcoin, that settle in Bitcoin. It doesn't have any sort of Lightning Network coin. It's the coin that runs on the Lightning Network is Bitcoin, but your transactions settle in milliseconds and they
wow.
cost pennies,
Yeah,
right? So the Lightning Network is interesting. Like, what I'm thinking is going to happen is like a year of kind of like Bitcoin ordinals, kind of, you know, finding their fit,
mm,
and then I think like you're going to see these layer twos on Bitcoin
yeah,
allow you to do things with these ordinals that Ethereum would never be able to do.
yeah,
It's gonna
yeah,
be interesting. We'll
yeah.
see.
Look, I mean, just quickly, and we'll
Yeah.
get back onto it before, but just being from like a product design background, and like we first started doing Bad Bunnies, and you know compared to what it takes in manpower and effort and capital and whatever to get something off the ground in the real world, be it physical or digital, but like particularly digital around. We're coming off the end of the kind of every man in his bloody app era. Uh, that with ETH and all of that, it was just kind of like, God, this is just so much simpler than all that crap that we kind of had to used to do in design and development in the digital space. It's like it's just so simple, and then this is just kind of light years ahead of that. It's just, I don't know. It's exciting. It's exciting to kind of be doing this.
You mean like the development on Immutable X and stuff
No,
was
no,
easy,
no, no. I just
or
mean even like no. It's just as simple as getting like I know it's kind of half sounds dumb, but like getting an NFT collection up.
oh yeah,
You
yeah.
create the art. Create the smart contract. The way everyone engages. It's not like on previous projects and whatever. The amount of effort that's just spent on um, accounts, people being able to log into their account.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, no, you're 100%.
there's so
Yeah,
much.
that's big. It's that
because
Yeah.
that's access, right? And if it goes down, it's a big deal. But
Yes. So
you got a wallet,
I agree with you 100%. Yeah, the authentication layer is completely replaced with MetaMask. And like
so
it's
much
pretty neat.
simpler. And then we kind of
Yeah.
get to this, but it's we're in this phase where it's all this kind of super manual effort. Anyway, okay, so we'll jump on to so yep, so there it is. So now I'll send it back.
Yeah. Let me give you an
Oh yeah,
address here.
address, yeah.
Uh,
Yep, cool. Okay, let me grab that. Okay, where are we? Where did you pop that in? In a
I think
Discord?
I sent it to the private uh,
Oh, so
between
yes,
us.
right. I'm clicking on. I'm clicking on
Oh
it.
wait, maybe I didn't. No, I
No.
did. I sent it into the Mang chat.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
right. Yeah,
actually.
that's all right. I thought so. I'll grab it from there. I'll grab it from there. Okay. Okay. So back here. So then I go send. Hang on. Let's.
You can stream it and I could walk you through it, but let me.
No, sure.
Yeah, why don't you?
Yeah. So do I go?
Do you want me to stream it or do you want to stream it?
No.
I could walk. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So close stream, and then I'll stream. Sparrow, go live, and here we are. Okay. So I go to send. Oh
Actually,
no.
back it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, back it up real quick
Yeah.
because I want to see what it
Exactly.
looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's comes in unfrozen. Okay. And if you were to like look this up on ordinals.com, you know how to do that now. You just get the TX ID and you paste it in there and you got all that done, right?
Let's do it though. So let's see if I can do it from memory. So I go view transaction, copy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just quickly go to Ordinals. Yeah, okay. One input, one output. Am I supposed to see that 100,000? Yeah, there it is. Okay, and then so.
And you get to the inscription page by clicking the image of the 100,000.
Yeah,
And
that's
it should bring you an inscription page, and then just
then
double check that it's a
down
colon
here.
0 at the end. Yeah.
Colon 0 colon. Is that because it was sent? Is that it being sent before or something?
That's just because when it was initially inscribed,
right.
I inscribed it on the first Satoshi, the 0th Satoshi
Yeah.
on that output.
Yeah.
So, that's good.
Okay.
And so as long as it's that's pretty normal. I don't know why the documentation makes a point to mention to double check that, but somebody must be doing it some wrong way out there
Yeah, sure.
to get somebody burned. But just a little double check.
Yeah. So this is just a double check. I don't have to do anything else here.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
Just double check it's the image you want to send and all that good stuff.
Yep. So that's
you'll
right.
probably have like an Excel spreadsheet that'll map, bunny number to inscription number to make things easier.
Yeah.
But,
cool. So now we go send, and have I still? No, I've got to get that. Grab that.
You actually have to sense. This is an important step here. So you have to go to the UTXO.
Oh, that's right.
So you don't really want to be using this send tab at all. That's a big no-no. That might be how you accidentally spend stuff. So
there you go. So it's here.
Target this. Yep. You target the specific output.
Yes. Right.
This, who knows what output it might use for this. But yeah, you click the little so now you have there you go, and whatever label you want to.
Sending back.
Internal.
Oh, hang on. Yep. Oh, whoops. No, hang on. Okay, sending back. Okay, so that's about 5 sat. So need a bit more.
Yeah, you can just crank it to 8 or 9. Yeah, just make sure it's in there. Yeah.
About there.
That's good. Yep. And then just always just double click that max one UTXO selected. Just make sure
Yeah,
it's selected.
yeah.
It should be. Yeah, it's good. Okay, perfect.
And that's just, what's that again? It's just drawing from the one.
Yeah, you're making sure by clicking that it is going to use the entirety of the UTXO. You want to send the complete
Yes,
inscription plus
right.
postage. That's what that does. And then as a double check, even furthermore on that topic, you look down at the bottom little thing here and you make sure that there's one input, :0, perfect.
Oh yeah, there.
And
Yeah.
and you have, yep, one output sending back and then just the fee.
So if
So
that, so if I, so that's clicked on. Yeah. Okay. And then so
yeah,
what?
honestly, I think it's gonna always be that because you
Mm.
have one UTXO selected, so it's kind of interesting. But
So is there a danger in if you like sent a bunny and you didn't select that you'd send part of it or something, or is that?
so the bunny lives on the first Satoshi, so you can think about it like the first penny of the dollar,
Mm.
right? And the rest of it is used to pay for it to pay for
Right.
the transaction
Okay.
fee. So as long as you yeah, as long as you're sending the entire UTXO, then it's not like you're going to leave any postage in this wallet. That would just be weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, as long as you have enough postage to send, then you don't risk
Yeah.
accidentally sending the
Cool.
bunny.
Cool.
So,
Okay. So
yeah, all this
then,
needs to be, yeah, this will all become easier too.
yeah.
But,
Yeah. Okay. From memory, that's that check. That's that. That's that. And then create transaction.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Gives you a
So,
little preview. All
yeah.
looks good.
Yeah. There's the 0 again, and then finalize. So ord. Yeah. And then finalize transaction signing. Sign. Broadcast transaction. And it really just is the interesting. Okay, yeah, new mempool transaction, 8,141 sats.
And then, yeah, let me just double check on my end here. Yeah, cool. New mempool transaction.
Cool.
So it's coming back to, yeah, coming back to me. So I'll just, very cool. And then you should notice that it's now missing from your UTXOs, right? It should no
Let's have a
longer be
look.
in your UTXOs.
Yep, sweet.
Yeah, perfect.
God, the if we weren't doing
I wonder
this,
if you can label these too.
oh yeah,
Yeah, you can actually. So see if you can add like a label to that guy there and just say like bunny one.
copy block hide. Where's it? Copy
Give
transaction.
any options there?
Is that for search? Oh, is it because it's frozen? No.
It might be because it's froze.
Let's
check
wait till
my
it's,
end.
yeah. I mean, it'd be super helpful to, but not the end of the
Oh
world.
yeah. You can just double click right in the label section.
Oh, okay.
Type
Date.
it real
Oh,
quick.
label. No way.
Yeah, even if it's frozen, you can do that too.
BTC Bad Bunny. Do we do 1 or 001?
So let's see. Is there a Bad Bunny 0?
No.
There's not. So you guys do one index on the collection for?
Yeah, it's just there's just
Okay.
the one we put up. This one that we put up is number 1.
Here, let me check because we want to make it. Yeah, you guys don't have a Bad Bunny 0. That's awesome.
Could we chuck in a
Okay,
0
cool.
later?
It's a Bad Bunny 1. I like it. Okay, as long as you like, yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so that would be, yeah, that'd be Bad Bunny number 1. Yeah, 001.
Yeah,
Perfect.
sweet. Okay. Oh, what's it done? It's done it to both.
Ooh, okay, interesting. So it's going to share the label because the address.
Okay.
Interesting.
So what happens if you? So then if I change that to 2, the other one's going to change to 2. We're not doing
that first one should be the pre-manifest. So go ahead and just type like pre-inscribe manifest or something.
And
just change the whole label and see what happens.
inscribed manifest. Hey, look.
All right, now change this one again to like 002 and see if it modifies the first one.
Yeah, right. No,
that's good.
Okay. I think it's just because it didn't have a label, so it's something. What am I saying? What do I know?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right. It's probably just like a default fallback or something if it's the same address.
That's.
But let's see here. So the unconfirmed.
On your end.
Okay. Yeah, still unconfirmed, but it's insane. Okay, cool.
Hey, while we're waiting, I'll get because did we maybe look just in case we didn't because yeah, transaction confirmation.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not sure we did before. Oh, so can I? So do I need to unfreeze this to get the ordinals.com link or whatever it is?
No, that should be the first part of the transaction right there, that D4B.
Oh, I just do.
So,
hang on, yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to right click those.
View transaction, yeah, and then get that because I don't think
And
you'll
if you just read a couple chapters of that Mastering Bitcoin book, you'll learn all about what a transaction hash is and all that. It's pretty simple. I mean, Bitcoin's made to be simple. It's nothing like Ethereum. So
yeah.
So this decides everything.
I just put in because I'm not sure if we recorded it before, but just put in the transaction hash for that Bad Bunny one, and here it is on ordinals.com, and it's just there's just an awesomeness that is just hard to look. I mean, anyone kind of say watching this, because I think even just this sending is just super interesting as well. Like, once we kind of I'll cut this together and we'll review it just to kind of make sure that we're not putting anything out in the world we don't want people to see. But this is so interesting. Just how you send something using Sparrow. And the like, I just think it's really, it's really interesting. And then I think, but I guess the point I'm making is is it interesting to someone else watching it? Who knows? But the process of getting this bunny punk design down, and for people not in the know, the size of the image file is equivalent to how much you have to pay to inscribe it. So it was, important for us to get it way down. And this is a 24 pixel image. It's essentially the size of that pixel, more or less, just there. And this is upscaled, and that it's 200 to 300 bytes.
And if you want to, do you want me to tell you a little bit why yes. the paletted index is so important?
Yeah.
Okay, let me share my screen real quick, because I mean, if you're going to be sharing these little tech details, then I think this is super important.
So you want to share? I'll go back to